Have you ever started a woodworking project super excited with everything ready, wood bought, tools organized, and yet something just didn't flow? You wasted time, had to redo cuts, got confused with measurements, and in the end, you thought it was supposed to be simple. Why did it get so complicated? If this has ever happened to you, stick with me until the end, because there's an explanation and a solution. The truth is, this doesn't only happen to beginners. Even those calm experience go through this. The frustration doesn't come from a lack of skill, it comes from that feeling of always almost understanding the project, but never with total clarity. You open a video, then a PDF, then an image. And when you do it, you spend more time trying to understand the project than actually building it. And that's exhausting. Because deep down, all you wanted was something simple to get the wood cut, assemble, and see the project come to life. The problem isn't you. The problem lies in how the plans are organized. When information is scattered, incomplete, or disconnected, the process ceases to be practical and becomes a puzzle. And woodworking shouldn't be like that. It should be fluid, clear, enjoyable. And everything changes when you work with an organized system. Let's imagine a very common situation. You decide to build a table. The idea is clear in your head. Then you start looking for references. You find an interesting video, you save it. Then you find a PDF with measurements, you download it. On another website, you see a beautiful image of the finished project, and maybe you even save a forum with tips. At first, everything seems right. But when you start executing, confusion appears. The video shows the process but doesn't have exact measurements. The PDF has measurements but doesn't explain the joints well. The image inspires but doesn't help with construction. And the forum, well, everyone says something different. So what happens? You start adapting. You write down measurements on paper, you try to adjust cuts, you make assumptions. And that's when time starts to slip away. A cut needs to be redone, a piece doesn't fit as it should, and the project that was supposed to take a weekend starts to drag on. This doesn't seem like a big problem, but when it repeats in several projects, it becomes a pattern. And this pattern generates burnout. Because you're not just building, you're trying to assemble the plan while executing. And that requires mental energy. Now think about it. What if, instead, you had everything organized from the beginning? A complete plan, with a clear list of materials, defined measurements step by step in order, and different angles of the project, without having to switch between tabs, videos, and notes. This changes everything, because you stop interpreting and start executing. And when that happens, carpentry returns to what it should be: practical, direct, satisfying. There are basically three paths people follow. The first is to create everything from scratch. This gives total freedom, but it requires time, calculation, and experience. The second is to use loose plans from the internet, which help but still bring that fragmentation. And the third is to work with an organized library of projects, where everything follows a pattern, where each plan comes already structured, ready to be used. In this format, you don't waste time trying to understand what's missing. You already start knowing exactly what to do. And this isn't about doing it faster, it's about doing it with more clarity, fewer errors, less rework, more consistency. Here's the main point: the difference between a frustrating project and a satisfying project isn't always in your skill. It's in the way the plan is structured. When everything is scattered, you carry the burden of organizing. When everything is organized, you only need to build. And that completely changes the experience. If you want to make your projects simpler, clearer, and more predictable, maybe the next step isn't buying more tools, but improving the way you work with plans. In the description of this video, I've included some material that can help you with exactly that. It's a more organized way to access projects with everything already structured to facilitate the process. Take a close look, it can make a big difference in how you build. And if this content helped you see things differently, subscribe to the channel and share it with someone who also enjoys wood. Because sometimes what's missing isn't more strength. It's more clarity on the path.